Hi Aries, welcome to your solar eclipse in Cancer special with me, Raphael Ray from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. That hum you can hear in the background is the fan because it is bloody boiling here today, and I would love to be outside, but this is more important, I believe, for you guys. So don't forget to check out the video that I've put out that's called The Key to the Eclipses. It will just give you a bit more of a depth and understanding towards about what's taking place. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. I would like to bless this reading and all of my notes and the cards that I will use with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, Aries. The solar eclipse in Cancer is happening in your 4th house. And you know, the solar eclipse is a beginning energy. It's an initiatory energy. Your sign is all about initiation. It's about that driving force that gets things started, that gets things going. Now this is taking place, the solar eclipse here, well actually should probably do it the other way around. Gold is the sun after all. So the solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer, and this is your sun sign here, is happening in your 4th house. And your 4th house is all to do with your home. It's all to do with your dwelling. It's where you live. It's your family. It's your roots. The 4th house, interestingly enough, actually falls, when you look at a chart properly, falls here. And it's like the basis, it's the roots of everything that we are. And usually the 4th house is the indicator of the literally where we've come from. So this eclipse is an initiatory energy, like I've said. It will bring you a beginning of some kind, and sometimes that happens with a little bit of a tufty, sometimes it happens with a little bit of a crisis point, and I'll get to how that will play out, you know, for some of you in a minute. And one of which is really interesting because I have an Aries friend. I'm actually surrounded by a lot of Aries. My mum is an Aries. I dated an Aries for a long time. Two of my best friends were Aries. I've got two cousins and a niece that's an Aries. So again, Aries and Capricorn seem to really surround me in my life. Anyway, family wise anyway. So to bring it back, this eclipse is really going to wake you up. It's going to give you a stark look into your living environment, your living situation. It's going to help you understand how to get the most out of that. And it's going to ask you to look at it in stark sort of light. It will ask you, because don't forget, right, so although the light of the sun is eclipsed in the moment of an eclipse, it's like a gateway, right? So yeah, it's like a gateway. Just watch the key and hopefully you'll get what I'm talking about. So this puts you in a powerful position. If you are fighting a battle over a home, waiting to move, waiting to sell or waiting to buy, this eclipse is going to bring you just the right initiatory energy you need to really get moving. And this is it. The interesting thing is I have an Aries friend who is currently fighting a battle to be housed. Now that is the kind of energy that she's been working with for a really long time. This eclipse now coming forward in the sign of Cancer, she's an Aries. I believe she's an Aries ascendant as well, which is, you know, so this is going to really speak to her. But one of the ways that this can play out is this eclipse comes forward and it brings things up. It brings things to a stark sort of culmination and says, right, this is the moment. From here on in, you will start to experience this. The eclipse doesn't just happen straight away, you know, it doesn't happen necessarily on that day. It's kind of like a gift that the universe gives you that sort of unpacks and unfolds itself over about 3 to 6 months, depending on how strong it is in your own personal chart. So she's been fighting this battle over being housed, and this eclipse energy could not only bring things to a head for her, but it could see her finally getting the yes answer. Yes, you know, we're going to help you, we're going to assist you, we're going to give you a place to call home. After all, that's what the fourth house deals with. It's going to bring about some deep understandings about your home situation, and see you asking yourself, are you in the right place for you? So for some of you, it's not going to be about buying, it's not going to be about selling, it's not going to be about you know, taking charge of your home in that way. For some of you, it's going to be asking yourself, is the place that I live in now truly supportive to the being that I am becoming? Have I outgrown this space, and is it time for me to move on? Under an eclipse, it can definitely be that kind of energy. Under an eclipse, it can take you to something, you know, it can take you to a different understanding of what it is that you need from your personal home environment in order to continue to flourish. If we don't grow, if we can't spread out, then we stagnate. And that's not a good place, especially for an Aries to be in, let's be honest. So, you know, there's that aspect of it as well. Does your home truly reflect who you are and who you are choosing to become, you know? The other thing about the fourth house is, like I said, it's about your roots. And this can see you really looking at your family. It can see you looking at how your personal family circumstances from a young age impacts who you are today, impacts how you make decisions today, what you deem to be secure, what you deem to be comfortable, how you derive those things from your environment, and how you read the environment in terms of what you believe is comfortable or secure. You know, all of this stuff comes from the family. And the thing is, because the fourth house represents the family, it can see you asking yourself that question. Is my past and my family and my, you know, my heritage dictating too much of who I am, or what I allow myself to do, or what I allow myself to become? It could also be a really positive thing. You know, for some people, the home experience, the early home experience, was really supportive, and it's enabled them to go on and be really, truly amazing beings that are, you know, able to create security for themselves in their home. It just depends on your personal unique situation, but this eclipse is going to ask you to look at all of that. It's going to see you getting in touch with who you are and where you came from. And when you know where you've come from, ultimately you can really make a true decision in an authentic way to yourself about where it is that you're heading. And that's a fundamental, you know, for all of us. At some point, a transit like this will take place, maybe not necessarily an eclipse in the fourth house, but, you know, any other transit. And don't forget, guys, this is one transit that I'm looking at. There's multiple other things going on. Your personal ruling planet, Mars, is in Aquarius, which is my sign at the moment, which is bringing up loads of stuff for everybody in loads of different ways. Transits don't work by, you know, they don't work by themselves. I'm isolating one here to show you that these ones are kind of big. And they tend to influence things for quite a while. So yeah, when the fourth house is expressed through Cancer, it's at home and the sun is illuminating this space. So the fourth home is, you know, it's the Cancerian space. And that, you know, the sun's coming in to shine a light there, and it's being eclipsed. It's like pressing the reset button in that space. It's activating and illuminating that space and saying, right, let's switch this on. Let's change things up in this space. And then finally, so there may well be some kind of crisis, may even be some kind of challenge to your home life, or the security of your home. And when I say challenge to the security of your home, this isn't necessarily about you know, like you losing a home or something. It could be about, you know, you say, oh well, I really love this place, I don't ever see myself moving, but then some circumstance comes along, an initiation, a gift that the universe gives you that has to be unpacked, that won't just sit quietly in the corner. It comes forward to say, look, you know, this is something that needs to be looked at. It could be anything. You know, jobs offer us security. You might get a job that has to, you know, that asks you to move. You might finally get that promotion and you think to yourself, oh shit, you know, I'm not going to be able to commute that far. Or the place that I'm in at the moment doesn't support what I'm going to need to grow into and become. You know, it can see you asking all of these things, and it can bring you all of these things as well. This serves to strengthen your resolve and carry you not only to your perfect vision for your home, but also to take your roots with you wherever you do decide to roam. And that, I mean, I got goosebumps as those ones came out of me, because that's not even written down, it just kind of flowed out. It's about taking the best of who you are. It's about taking the best of what went into creating who you are and taking it to the new place with you, if you're moving, or even just instilling more of the old, truer, traditional values that you were brought up with, things that you might have forgotten, things that, you know, if you're older, certainly, and, you know, sorry to say, if your grandparents aren't with you, you might find yourself remembering things that they taught you and thinking, shit, you know, I really want to reincorporate that back into my life. It's about taking the roots and the depths of who you are, the fourth house, you know, the foundation of who you are, and bringing it into your everyday existence of your home. You know, so the home and the home life, the home itself, all of that is going to go through a bit of a reset. Okay, so what is the message that the Tower has to deliver to you in terms of this eclipse in your fourth house? You get the Hermit card, and the Hermit card it's a quest for knowledge. The Hermit card is about taking and finding the deeper meaning of things. It's about, you know, because the Hermit card represents the sign of Virgo, actually, and Virgo rules the digestive system. It rules being precise, it rules being exact. You know, and the interesting thing is you've got Mars retrograde. That's your ruler, which is tracking backwards. And I personally, in my personal Mars retrograde, I'm starting to understand that it's not about it's not all about slowing down and not having enough energy and blah blah blah. It's actually about precision. When you can be precise about something, you know, the Hermit card, going on the quest for the knowledge, delving into your fourth house, you know, really looking for the gems of wisdom that your family, that your heritage, that your upbringing have given you, that you can filter out now into your every single day life. Some really, really beautiful things can happen if you can tap into that energy. Aries, I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance itself. Let me know how this plays out for you, and I really, really hope it is the start of some amazing things to come. The one person that I was talking about in terms of the battle they've been having for home, it's on its way, sweetheart, and I can't wait to see you get yours. Take care, and I will see you very soon for more videos.